On this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast.
Chester, how you ain't dead? I don't know.
I was already dead.
Just falls down dead. I forgot. Dies.
I forgot.
After sparring with a spooky spectre,
You had met up with some Nectaras. You got some information about the place from them, and then you went further in. You found this room with these like runes on the walls, and the walls are kind of like curved and oddly shaped. And inside was this spectre of Droxolos, this cleric figure that had led people astray to secretly and unwittingly worshiping his lord Yog-Sothoth.
Micah's angels push further into the haunted Cradle of Quartz.
This long hallway appears more like a natural fracture than a corridor created by design. The eastern wall is covered with giant hexagonal prisms more than a foot across and several feet long, ending in six-sided pyramids that cover the wall in glittering razor-sharp points.
Ooh.
But run into a familiar foe.
It's the bad dog.
It's the bad dog.
I'm going to need everyone who can see it right now to make me a fortitude save.
It's time to fight that dog.
Chester sees that negative energy leave Sykir's hands and he licks his lips.
I don't actually think I want to cast harm anymore.
Now.
Asmodeus went down to Chell X. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. And when he came across Abigail Throne sitting on a fiddle playing a hot, deviled up on a hickory stump, said, "Throne, let me tell you what."
She was sitting on the fiddle?
Dun, 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 Abigail, run.
Syllables didn't match up.
Hey, listen, I'm trying. Welcome back to Derek's Tour of the Inner Sea.
Interruption. This is now Jacob's tour of the inner sea. Welcome to Cheliax.
We got devils.
So I got a question. Whenever she was sitting on the fiddle, was that the first, the second, or the third time that family was damned?
I really just want to hit the Duke Nukem button.
It was the first time.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Isn't the... you get into your spiel.
Okay, so listen. Now we're in Cheliax. We talked about Taldor. Now we're going our way down the different... we'll say nations that left Taldor, and the first and most important, obviously, is Cheliax, my infernal beloved.
The third gallon went down to Chell X. They were looking for something to review.
That's right. Cheliax is, and what was the actual definition of their government? It is
Infernal Empire.
Oh, thank you. I was looking for that.
Hell yeah.
There's an infernal empire where diabolical reigns free, and Asmodeus.
Excuse me, they're called sports spheres.
Diabol is life, baby!
Oh, you shut up.
Diet these nuts.
You know how great it is to be on this side of the conversation?
Man, I'm so technical minded. I'm trying to add to you. Listen, you guys got all the jokes. I can just be serious.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Cheliax, so I'm just going to sit here and make jokes.
Absorb.
In the year, a long time ago, Cheliax was part of Taldor.
In the year, a long time
A
ago.
long time ago.
Boy, I love this biblically accurate reading.
Because I didn't write down the years for all this, because I'm not that technical. I have the thing pulled up here, but so at one point, Cheliax was part of Taldor. They didn't like it. So when Taldor was busy doing military exercises elsewhere in its empire, they said, "We good," and they broke away and started doing their own thing. And they did it really, really well. Cheliax has always been an empire of law and order from the very beginning. And they grew really, really big. Cheliax is located, I'm trying to find the map.
They're on the western side of the Inner Sea.
Yeah, the western side of the Inner Sea. They're to the west of Andoran. They are south of Nidal, and then they hit a river, and to their west is just ocean. And they are a very large empire. At their peak of their strength, they were as big as, if not bigger than Taldor. But then things happened. Cheliax is a real big follower of Eredin, you know, the god of humanity, the last Aslanti, and they looked forward to his coming back to such a degree, they thought he was going to return to their empire, rule their empire on the mortal plane, and just rock everything. And on the eve of Eridan's return, he didn't. He died.
Not only he didn't, he died.
And the funny thing is that the current ruler of Celiacs at that point in time had prepared Celiacs for Eridan by basically doing away with all of his own power, basically tearing apart how the government worked so that when Eridan came, he would just be in charge. So Eridan didn't come back. The clerics lost their powers. Their god is dead, and now there is no power.
This is why we firmly believe in a separation of church and state.
Very important.
Not in Pathfinder.
Not in Pathfinder. Whoa. There was a 30-year civil war between the noble houses and anybody who wanted power. And at the end of this 30-year civil war, the House of Thrune came out on top. They had been worshiping devils for a while in secret, but after they came to power, they established the Diabolic Empire, and the Church of Asmodeus was the official state religion. So if you want a nice evil empire to do your stuff in, Celiacs is your goal right there.
Yeah, it is.
Celiacs is Church of Asmodeus, which is basically the devil.
Oh, rock me, Asmodeus. Rock me, Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
It's basically the most important thing about Celiacs is law and evil. Oppression is the key word for Celiacs. Their system of government is made to keep the law and keep those on the bottom, and those on top. So Celiacs is big on diabolism. I got it right that time. Woo! Making deals with devils is accepted, if kept secret, because you don't want to admit to people you have to ask the devil for power. Though a lot of people were not a big fan of this change, so they split off. I will mention specifically two. Enderan is one of them. And that's important because that will be the next place we talk about. And then another important one is, I like it, is why it's important, is Sargava, which I'll mention why later on. So harsh order becomes the new norm in the Chelish Empire, whereas they were following originally a god of law and good. He was just a good god.
He was lawful neutral, I believe.
Lawful neutral is what you found out. Oh, lawful neutral, not even good. So as opposed to being just law, they are now law and oppression. They're harsh order. The Hell Knights, enforce the law. Hell Knights, you can pretty much get what that's all about from the name alone. And they are, if you're looking for an evil empire that is a lawful, harsh place, Celiacs is the place. They've got the halfling slaves are a big deal. Strix are mistreated, also slaves. Tieflings are looked down on because they are evidence of dealings with devils.
Not slaves. They just work for minimum wage.
We're talking 1E here. They're slaves. So it's the kind of place where manipulations and social things happen behind the scenes. Most of the leaders of Celiacs die mysterious or violent deaths so that the next in line can come in control. And the current leader in 1E and 2E, it's the same leader, is her infernal magistrix, Queen Abigail II of the thrice damned House of Thrune, or twice damned House of Thrune if you're in 1E. I don't know what the third damnation is, but
I was looking at this. I'm wondering if it's either a typo or something, because in some of the 1E stuff I've seen, it is thrice damned.
In 1E, it's also thrice damned?
Yeah.
Okay, that's because in the PDF that I'm looking at, Celiacs, the Infernal Empire, it says the twice damned House of Thrune, but I also swear at some point in it did say thrice damned.
I think the number of damnings is the number of successor.
It's
people.
not successors. I've looked it up online and there's not a solid answer. You actually would have a better chance of getting an answer from one of your adventure paths. Hell's Rebels
or Vengeance.
One of those. And I believe what it was is the first damning is when Asmodeus made a deal with Queen Abigail I. The second damning was the contract for the Church of Asmodeus to be in power in Celiacs. And the third damning is kind of nebulous. You know, you can use that for what you want in your homebrew adventure. And that is kind of where Chell X is right now. They are not as powerful as they once were, but they are a powerful, dangerous empire who openly worship the essentially the king of hell. Fun fact, though, is that even though the Church of Asmodeus is the main religion, Chell X is such a religious empire, and they always have been, that like other religions are not outlawed. You can find temples to Abadar, Aristil, Iomade, Pharasma, even Shaylin, and as long as you follow the law of the House of Thrune and the laws of Asmodeus, it's fine to worship other deities. Let's see, I had some other fun facts. Anybody else has something that they want to throw out before I accidentally take it?
I like Chell X. I think Chell X is a cool part of the setting. Fallen empire, but different than Taldor, where Taldor kind of falls in on itself, like corruption and overabundance of like nobility and whatever. Chell X like kind of built itself on Eridan's legacy and Eridan's church, so much so that whenever his death happened, the empire basically collapsed. And it falling from basically lawful neutral to lawful evil in that process is a really cool play. It also, I think, is one of the cooler ways in a setting to make tieflings make more sense and like where someone would be a tiefling and come from, because it's always just like you have some sort of infernal or planar influence in your lineage, but it's very nebulous.
Yeah.
Versus here, it's just like you can see, oh, well, if you lived in Chell X, perhaps, and had to deal with the Church of Asmodeus or devils, it could be, especially if you're part of like the nobility or something, very easy to kind of identify places where planar influence could happen.
Yeah. I also like to use that as an example of, you know, how tieflings and ASMR is not always, you're not always banging celestials or fiends, you know? It's the act of making a deal with a planar thing can affect you in ways that even affect your bloodline.
Right.
Because like, just a lot of devils out there that I can't see people wanting to go for. Succubus is easy to understand,
That's
but
demon.
No, if people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck a demon, and they fuck a succubus, okay,
like
that's weak.
That's understandable.
bullshit.
I like, what was my lock guy? He was based off of a shadowy grackle colored demon. I was like, I don't see that attraction there. But you know what?
Were you a clip off?
Good on you. Yes, I don't remember, but that's not important here. It's great that the actual deals can do it as well, which is why tieflings are so prevalent in Chell X, because now everyone's making deals with devils.
Yeah, I think it's cool because it's nice in a setting. It's a weird thing to say. As a GM, it's nice in a setting to have just, you know, World War II level bad guy.
Yeah, listen, looking at Chell X reminds me of, let's use the Empire from Star Wars.
Right.
They are strong. They are a force for order, but geez, they murder their way through the ranks to get power.
Imperium of Man.
Yeah, Imperium of Man. It is just a nice, evil empire.
It is a pure example of what lawful evil is supposed to look like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I think if you're interested in this, like obviously, so we've mentioned the book already. Chell X, The Infernal Empire is a 1E campaign setting, and it is everything you would want for lore. In 1E, also there were 2 major adventure paths set in Chell X that came out like as a pair.
Yeah.
There's other ones that have taken place in and around Chell X. I think Council of Thieves was also in Chell X. But the main 2 I'm thinking of is Hell's Rebels and Hell's Vengeance. Hell's Rebels is about being like a group of rebels in Chell X. And Hell's Vengeance is it's one of the first and only evil adventure paths.
Yeah, where you're like crushing the rebels, right?
It's really cool. They came out like one after the other. And this is all 1E stuff, so if you're into 2E, you know, not much you can do with it, but like that's really cool. And I am so glad they did that, because it's so neat to take the backdrop of this just almost comically evil nation state and use it for an evil campaign. So 2E has one now, technically with Bloodlords, but that's more undead than specifically evil.
Are you evil in that one, or are you just undead?
It's set in Geb, so it's like you're supposed to be undead, but you don't have to be evil.
Yeah,
but you probably should be. You know, it's 2E, so like even before they
it depends. Are you fighting against evil, or are you trying to help someone? I don't know, but that's
it's not. So it's not like in Hell's Vengeance, which is the Celiacs one. You are like an evil party and you fight like good people. Yeah. I don't think it's like that so much in Bloodlords.
Okay.
That's what makes the 1E one so cool. It's just like you are just literally the evil people. And I mean, you got to rein it in somehow to be fun for a campaign, but the idea of that is really fun. You can get away with that every now and then. We actually have some stuff in our Adventure Path games connected to Chell X. Drow's character, Lyrianne, played a tiefling from Chell X.
Tiefling gunslinger.
And we have like a homebrew settlement set in the Whisperwood in Eastern Chell X that we built some lore around for our games.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It just goes to show you, like, with all this stuff for GMs out there wanting to get into using Galarian, adventure paths are obviously the best and great, but like you don't have to run them bog standard. Like the cool thing about using the rich world of Galarian is you can write a homebrew world in these like really well fleshed out campaign settings per nation. Like, and you can do something with a big evil empire in the same whole setting that you could do something like Alkenstar, right? You can do it in the same place. And then even if you are going to run adventure paths and modules, you have this huge tapestry of lore to pull from when you make your characters.
Speaking of lore, one of the coolest ways I find to bring lore to life or bring a place to life is to include little fun facts. Just that shows that they are a quote unquote living place. And so while I was looking through this PDF about celiacs and some of the wikis, I found some stuff that I figured I'd mention just because it brings the place to life. For one thing, the House of Thrune, no one knows much about it before.
Why it's damned.
They don't know why. No one knows about it before it became in power because the House of Thrune loves to alter and erase history. Every 3 months, one of the Hell Knight orders goes through, expunges and alters the history, writes it up, and then takes it to all the academies and all of the places of knowledge and replace the old versions of history with the new versions of history, and then burn the old ones in clarity pyres.
This Chell X kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine living there? I was once in a game. Council of Thieves takes place in the capital, or the former capital, West Crown. And I didn't know this. I came in at about level 10, and DM said, all right, so you're in the former capital of Chell X. I'm in Chell X? That's how I responded.
That's all your DM.
The art is very important to the people of Chell X because it shows others that they are better. And the highest form of art is opera. That a settlement is not considered to be a true settlement on the a major player on the national stage unless it has at least one opera house. And I found this out by flipping through the individual places that the operas can get pretty intense and that they are, where are you at? Yes, there was a special quality for the current capital of Celiacs called decadent art. Enjoy decadent art and brutal stagecraft, including the Theater of the Real, which features the gruesome on-stage deaths of the principal actors. And that's just accepted. And my favorite last little fact, so that we can get done with this, is that Celiacs hates the Pirates of the Shackles.
Oh, yeah.
They hate them because the colony that I mentioned earlier, Sargava, was in the shackles or just past it. And after Eridan died, there was a storm that appeared between Celiacs and the shackles. And that by time any fleet from Celiacs can get through the Eye of Abendago, the pirates can wipe out the fleet, and the pirates are paid by Sargava to protect Sargava. Yeah. So it is broken off. It is now its own thing because of the pirates.
But it's also important because one of the houses in the Civil War
was backed by Sargava.
Yeah.
It was the other major house that lost to the House of Thrune.
It was House Davian, I think.
It started with a D, but I didn't note it.
Like the prince?
What?
Or is that Stavian?
That's Stavian.
Okay.
Stevia.
Activia.
Yeah, it's House Davian. So like they were the like noble house kind of one of their major members was the governor of Sargava. And so like they had a lot of naval power, and it seems that that's why Celiacs now just hates the shackles in Sargava.
Yeah,
Sargava just uses the pirates.
Pirates offend them in the first place, cause law and order, but the pirates protect Sargava from Cheliacs, and Cheliacs is looking for a way to get rid of the free captains of the shackles. Fun fact. And there's a lot of other stuff I could talk about, but this may have went on long enough.
I got one more thing before we close out.
Oh, there we go.
So the big Chelish Civil War that led to House Thrune's ascension had a decisive battle between House Thrune and House Davian, and the decisive clash was called the Battle of 100 Kings. That's a really cool name for a battle, especially from a bunch of like noble houses or whatever.
It's a really neat name.
I just thought that was good and creative. Good job, Paizo.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, there's
they could do something interesting with the drow.
If only.
If only they could come up with a way to still have subterranean something that's not snake people.
Sneeple.
Yes.
I will say it again. Drow will always be canon in my edition of Galarian, and we will erase snake people for the sake of spite.
This is a threat.
I'm going to have a snake person ranger from the Darklands named Drist.
And more importantly, as long as this podcast is running and playing things relevant to Galarian, we will complain about the lack of drow very vocally, even though there's nothing they can do about it. Anyway, speaking of complaining, centuries before the Starstone was raised, the Wizard Kings Nex and Geb warred with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable magic wasteland. From the glowing ashes of the Mana Wastes arose Alkenstar, the city of smog, a metropolis of airships, skyscrapers, factories, and clockwork wonders. To the world, Alkenstar is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable odds. On its streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the competition. And it is here that a desperate group, hungry for revenge, living on the edge of the law, hunts for the one who casts them out. They are the Outlaws of Alkenstar. So when we last left you guys, you killed a ghost. Scooby-Doo style, except there was no trap.
Zoinks.
That way just straight up killed him instead of demasking him.
Yeah.
Had we tried to do that, we'd just pull off his goddamn head.
He was incorporeal. You just wave your hand through his head. So last we left you guys, you were still in the Cradle of Quartz. You're hunting down Kosawana, this figure that has fled from Alkenstar here, and apparently reverse engineered the Pyronite formula. You're trying to tie up some loose ends and find him, hopefully talk to him. Jacob is pretty sure that he's going to be a big bad.
Well, hold on. I take that back now. It sounds like he's been kidnapped.
You were very certain you were going to have to fight him in the Clockwork Sphinx. Speaking of which, you did fight.
Exactly, yes.
You fought a bunch of different things in here. There's been a lot of undead, and this temple is in very rundown state. You've also been assailed a couple different times by this Hound of Tindalus, this other dimensional being.
This bad dog.
Who hurts at you just by looking at you. Last we left, though, you had met up with some Nectaras related to the ones you found out in the Ulfin Longship in the middle of the desert. And you got some information about the place from them, and then you went further in. You found an old archive and a secret door that led to this room with these like runes on the walls, and the walls are kind of like curved and oddly shaped. And inside was this spectre of Droxolos, this cleric figure that had led people astray to secretly and unwittingly worshiping his lord Yog-Sothoth. He attacks you guys, and Psyche here blasted the hell out of him with some disrupt undead, but not before he could temporarily control Eleanor and then flail uselessly against Chester's half undead body.
And it really helped that I rolled really poorly.
You got stuck in some Vines hentai style.
Hey, if I'm gonna roll poorly, let me roll poorly at opportune times.
That's right.
So Jacob had a great combat. Kat had a not so great combat.
I had a wonderful combat.
Hey, I wanted to be ineffective when I was dominated.
And Drow basically almost soloed him for damage.
Y'all should have just
Let me
left and
solo
let
him.
Chester hang out with them. He's like, hey, what's going on, man?
Just walk in, lock the door. What's up, buddy?
You ready to meet God?
You ready to meet Yogg-Sothoth?
Williams.
So this guy's dead. He's dissipated.
Yeah, he fell apart. He laughed at you guys. He seemed very confident, and he tried to get Psycheer under his control, but he failed, and Psycheer just said, yeet, and blasted him with some Disrupt Undead, and you are now out of combat.
When he died, did he leave anything behind, like spectre dust, items, artifacts, maybe?
Is there any
just-
ectoplasm that we can use to make potions?
Out of this incorporeal being just falls a completely corporeal leather journal.
I'd love it.
No, it doesn't. You already
Oh,
found his journal.
I did. Chester wants to go check out this table coffin over here. Unpause the game.
For how
DM.
long will I remain frightened 1 and stupefied 2?
I think if you made the save and didn't critically make it, you'll be stupefied 2 for an hour.
Jeez.
Frightened, you can basically go ahead and check off because that counts down each round.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. What are you going to look at?
This coffin / table over here.
Why don't I read you the flavor text for this room yet again?
Ooh, please do.
Faded circles of occult runes and winding scripture adorn the walls of these alcoves, the curving architecture and winding facades of which stand in sharp contrast to the precise angular designs of the rest of the temple. And you see, there's honestly not a lot.
What's this big thing in the middle of the floor? It looks like a coffin.
It does look like a coffin. I think it's not, though. It actually doesn't tell me exactly what it is.
What?
It's just a rectangular shape,
I want to
Jacob.
save this for the what's our talky part after the adventure's over?
Catching up.
I will save this for the catching up. Disgusting.
Our talky part?
It's a talky part. It's no playing. It's just talky.
I think it is actually just some sort of altar.
Oh, and so I would assume there's nothing on there because you didn't know what it was.
Oh, you mean like there's something on the dais?
On the dais.
On the dais. Is there a door right there, or is it an open doorway?
It is an open doorway.
All right. Chester would like, if there's nothing to search for in here, I could roll, but
Sure.
okay. I am going to roll before my dragon Drake heart thing
Before
runs
your
out. I'm going to spend
Eagle
double.
Eye Elixir.
That's right. No, I have my armor one on right
okay.
now, which is a shorter time period, which is why it's important I do this right now. If it's okay, I'm going to do double the time and get +2 to it.
Okay.
18 plus 18 is 36.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You actually going out in there? You're just looking out the door.
Oh, I'm just standing right here searching this room.
Oh, the whole room. My bad. Yeah, you don't find anything particularly useful.
All right.
Let's see. Yeah, this looks like some sort of like the altar and the like some of the iconography. It looks like it's dedicated to Yogg-Sothoth. That's
All right,
what
so
I'd say.
it's just an altar. All right. Chester would like to rest now. Chester's going to say, I'm kind of out of my stuff for today. I'm out of bombs. I'm out of my, well, not completely, but my important bombs. I'm out of my special daily stuff because you know how that works. We should sleep.
Not in here.
Not in here. Well, maybe in here. Look at the walls. Dog can't come in through here.
The door is open over here, though.
It could come in here. It just wouldn't be quite as powerful.
We could close the door.
There's
it
a
can
door
walk
over
through
here
walls.
on the other side.
It
is
can't
open.
walk through walls. It teleports
only get
in
through
corners. Which is why this room in particular is good.
No,
We just
let's
have to
go
watch
back
that
to
entrance.
the room with our friends.
Let's go hang out with the little guys.
We can go
Yeah,
hang out with
the
the
little
little guys.
guys.
I don't mind hanging out with the little guys.
They're just little
They'll
guys.
also raise an alarm if something happens so we can actually sleep.
All right, let's go hang out with the small people.
So it's only been like, what, 20 minutes since you last saw them?
Yeah.
You knock at the door, you all look horrible.
Usuvu's sick.
Usuvu is sick. Whenever you had your fight with the monks,
Yeah.
she contracted black apoxia.
Oh, jeez. Where do I stand in here? The room is just so full.
Just sit in the water.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Splish, splash, Chester's taking a bath.
I do
Take
still
a-
have a 3rd level spell left. I could do remove disease.
Oh, that would be great. For
Alrighty.
Usuvu.
Usu. And dare I say,
Boo.
boo. Let's see what the DC's come back for that. You have to counteract it. I think Foundry will give you a button to roll that.
30.
30, that will
Woo!
do it.
10-minute power slap.
10 minutes, yet again, just slow motion cat slap.
It's just 10 minutes of looking at her, and then right at the end, I reach and I whack her across
Just
the
like
face.
really quick.
I start casting this. She doesn't know.
Catch her off guard. Flat-footed, if you will.
Gotta slap the sickness out of her.
I'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, you guys mind if we sleep in here?
That's fine. Just sleep in the water.
No.
I would rather not, but all right.
There are on the map here. There's like a ton of these little guys.
So many.
Flitting around. But like this is also a bit of a taller-ish cavern, and they're not all like on the floor.
Yeah.
They're little bat people.
Oh, so this place smells like shit.
A little bit.
Do they
I
sleep
see.
hanging upside down?
They're fey. They don't poo.
They could.
They don't.
No. They
Fairies
poop
don't
into
poo.
a fey dimension.
Bag of pooping.
That'd be one way to do it.
Just connects directly to the poo dimension.
My God, don't flip this bag over.
Fun fact, in one of my homebrew adventures before we switched over to Galarian, I had a poop elemental, and Jacob has never forgiven me for
Yes, you did.
The
You
great
had
mighty poo.
my character get smothered by a poop elemental on the anniversary of the day he found his wife's body.
Trying to, completely take your
After-
dramatic backstory and make it
After
a poop joke.
walking through with a group of stupid teenagers, my character was done. He was ready to kill a kid.
Yeah. My character had to hold you back from killing a teenager.
We were doing a Scooby-Doo themed little one-shot kind of
Except
thing.
these kids were incompetent.
Yeah, because you guys are the adventurers, of course.
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
can have competent NPCs. Look at Asuvu.
I know, I had to play them differently back then. Also, Usuf is a party NPC, not a, story NPC. Anyway,
I'd like to nap.
you may nap. Don't even bother with treat wounds unless you need it, because if you're here, it's like
Chester's at full health.
you've been adventuring for 4 hours. It's like noon. You can just take the rest of the day and
Yeah.
heal up.
I want a hero point for healing Asuvu.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I have a couple hero points to hand out, actually. For starters, everyone resets back to 1 because it is an
Yes.
episode divisible by 4. For second, I want you to take a hero point for removing disease successfully every time you've done it, particularly with Black Apoxia, because that would have been capital B bad. And then lastly, I want to hand out a hero point to Eleanor for being a good sport while being controlled.
Yay!
I forgot to do that last week.
Thank you.
So there we go.
And you'd like to...
You don't get a hero point
Like
because you
to-
didn't take any points of damage.
I mocked him so much I deserve a hero
I worked very hard to be a good sport about being controlled. Thank you.
It's okay. Chester doesn't need hero points. He's got devise a stratagem.
You've got devise a stratagem.
Oh, before we actually go to sleep, though, since we have all this time, Chester wants to look through the journal one more time and specifically look for the Hound of Tyndalos.
All right, so you open up this journal thing that you found in the secret room. Remember, this is an actually magic item. It's an endless grimoire.
Yes.
It's like a journal. It also has his notes and looks like it has some of his plans. There's a lot in here. You spend a lot of time reading it, but you can tell that it would take you several days to get through it all. But the kind of gist that you get, the kind of higher points again, is you see it has some details about using the identity of the 13th Ordinal and intentionally leading some Bry people astray. Because the 13th Ordinal seemed like his whole thing was the Cradle of Quartz. The original person who found it remarked that, cause they found it by accident, but they remarked that they spent a couple days resting here, but it felt like no time passed at all when they left it. And he used that to basically create this mythos about it being a holy site for Bry and her unknown property of time. But it was all a lie because he worships Yog-Sothoth, who is a deity around time. He's an outer god, and he drew people in and was able to subvert them ended up subverting them into worshiping Yog-Sothoth and perverting the worship of Bry. And eventually something happened and an actual Hound of Tyndalos came. And that's when people started dying, and that's when the church looked into this, you can imagine, and
And they were like, hey,
put
this
the
ain't
kibosh
good.
on it.
So
Like, no, bad.
The other thing you find out, because you wouldn't need more time to get anything else, but he wasn't like a human man. He was an entity called a shrine skelm. If you want to know more about that, you would need to make a society check.
You go on ahead of your smarts people stuff.
I'm so smart people stuff.
Sometimes it's fun to play the dumb character.
Oh, wait, I have to turn off
Or
my
rather, just not
Draken
super
Heart
intelligent.
John right now.
Am I unstupefied?
That
You
will
are unstupefied. That was only for 2 hours.
affect my ability to do this knowledge check.
No, more
Let's
stupid.
do it. Oh, wait, it didn't affect it. That is 8 plus 15 is 23.
23 will do it. So a shrine skelm is a skelm is a type of being.
Wow.
Rage-filled skelms are drawn to any settlement with more than a few hundred souls using magical disguises and leveraging social norms to their benefit. These antlered monsters crave a fearful respect and brutally punish any who dare disagree with their lofty opinions, even in the slightest degree. Although quite dangerous on their own, skelms are at their deadliest when leading an angry mob. Their cruel and exploitative nature has made their names synonymous with villainy. A shrine skelm, more specifically, the unquestioned authority that a priest wields with the influence over even the most intimate details of a congregation's lives, is the ultimate prize for a shrine skelm. So basically, they're like a humanoid type of creature that I feel like the best way to describe it is like super manipulating and narcissistic.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
And-
They look for positions of power to enforce whatever they want to enforce.
Right.
And this one in particular likes the power that a priest can have over the minds of people.
Exactly.
Interesting. But there's no information specifically about the bad dog.
No.
Okay.
Bad dog.
Cool.
Get your newspaper.
Whack.
Get the bad dog.
I bet this dog has peed in the house somewhere in here.
What do you think this puddle you're laying in is, Chester?
No!
That's why the dog doesn't come in here. He goes up to the top, he pees down the hole.
That's nasty.
It's the peepus room.
gross.
What's the dog doing?
Peepus.
It's the peepus room.
Anyway, peepus aside.
Do we need to set a watch? For when we set a watch, Derek, do we need to roll for setting a watch?
No, I mean, you get, if you can like rebar the door and
Yeah.
reinforce it, these creatures have been pretty much untouched.
But when we bar the door, I do want to specially note that on the little corners by the door, we put some wood to make it not a 90-degree angle.
There
Yes.
you go.
Like 45.
Yeah,
You just make a pile.
that's right.
No, it creates obtuse angles. Yeah.
Obtus.
But yeah, you go through the night and nothing happens. It is the morning of the
Good
next
night's
day.
sleep.
What would you like to do?
Chester wakes up, wrings out his clothes after sleeping in the puddle, gives a big stretch.
Does Saikir like shake their feet out?
They didn't sleep in the puddle.
Chester sleeps face down in the puddle.
Chester, how you ain't dead? I don't know.
I was already dead.
Oh, that's right. just falls down dead. I forgot. Dies.
I forgot.
Forgot I was dead.
Where do we want to go next? We could continue on through the secret door, or we could go to the main room and go through there. I kind of want to go through the secret door.
Secret door.
Noted. Derek, can you move us to the secret door room so we don't have to navigate this hallway? Oh, yeah, you can't just highlight us because you'll get all the other guys, too.
Nope.
Suddenly there's tons of little bat people.
Army, move out. My CR -1 army. Let's go.
My CR -1.
One fireball. They're all dead.
However, they would be enough to distract a villain.
Yeah,
But I would not use their cute little selves for distractions.
I would.
Protect them at all
The
costs.
thing is, like, we could.
No, protect.
No, they've already stated they don't want to go with us, I'm pretty sure.
They're
Did we
too
try
cute.
some nice- Chester, when we get to this area, we'll drink an Eagle Eye elixir,
Okay.
I will have my sword drawn.
and he will stand in front of the door, and he'll be like, all right, we ready to go? Oh, did we get attacked by the hound on our way up here?
No.
Okay. And Chester will lead the way through the door.
I'm right behind
He
you.
will have a whip drawn, and that's it.
Okay.
Bam. no.
Make a perception check, Chester.
Oh, boy. This is the wrong die for perception check. That's my knowledge die.
Right behind him. Do I need to make one too or no?
23. 7 on the die plus 16.
23. You don't see anything.
That doesn't sound very reassuring.
If it's a trap, it's a 24.
Don't see anything.
Great. There's a lot of crystal in here. All right, that's a dead end down there.
Why
To
don't I
our
read
north is a... Oh,
What you
yes.
see when you pop out here.
Yes, give me that flavor text.
Thank you for the perception check. When you pop out, this long hallway appears more like a natural fracture. That's hard to say. In the rock.
A natural fracture.
Than a corridor created by design. So you can actually kind of see up really high.
Oh.
The eastern wall is covered with giant hexagonal prisms more than a foot across and several feet long, ending in 6-sided pyramids that cover the wall in glittering razor-sharp points.
Ooh.
The many-colored crystals appear to grow directly from the wall in a jumbled arrangement.
Well,
And it is really gorgeous. Like, you see these massive crystals just all along this long hallway.
Chester will say, if y'all stay right here, I'll check out the cave-in to the north. And he'll make his way to the cave-in.
I don't want to leave Chester alone.
Then somebody come with me.
I follow him.
And is there anything special at the cave-in to the north?
No, it looks less like a cave-in and more like it's just the natural state of it.
Okay.
It looks like this is a hall made out of a naturally formed cavern.
Okay. Then Chester will go back. He'll be like, to the south.
Place yourselves on the map.
I do love these crystals. They're really pretty.
Will my perception be my initiative? It's going to be a 25 in that case.
You're going down south towards the middle here?
Yes, just move me until I get to wherever the combat starts.
And keep me
You
close
can move
to
yourself.
him.
The game's not
Okay.
paused.
Well, I meant just because you already know where.
Psyche, you rolled a perception check.
Yep,
Are you looking for
16.
anything specifically?
This is supposed to be initiative, which is why I didn't talk about it.
Well, funny you should say initiative.
I don't
see.
think it's very funny.
Chester, when you come around the corner, in the middle here of this hallway, that like opens up into a bigger room.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you see?
It's loosely. I can tell that
Let me move you so you can get
it's like
view
a
of it.
weird... Is there a pillar in the middle? There's something circular in the middle, but big and circular, like walls circular.
Yeah.
Just so
I'll
long
move
as
you
it's
here
not
to a sec
right
here.
angles.
So far, it ain't. Actually, oddly enough, yeah, so far it's not.
When you come around the corner here, the ceiling of this hexagonal chamber comes to a pyramidal point nearly 80 feet above the black stone floor.
Oh.
The most striking feature of this room, however, is front and center, a massive hemisphere of dazzling sandstone 40 feet across. The orb, only half of which is visible above the floor in which it's set, is impossibly smooth, like a massive ball bearing or glass marble.
Can I roll to ponder this orb?
You are pondering it, my good sir. Wow. And as you ponder this orb, you rolling over your perception check from earlier, you completely miss a snarling yet invisible enemy. And we're
What?
going to go into initiative order.
I am 25
Okay.
because I get plus
You
2
have
to my
been
initiative.
25 in like 7 years.
Aha!
More like 8.
Aha!
That's why I said like 7 is like 8,
Yeah.
No, it's not. They're two completely different numbers.
but they're kind of similar.
No, they're not. One is
very
angular,
close.
one is round.
You have to guess underneath without going over.
You can't stab with an 8. You can stab with a 7.
Chester, your total was 25, you said?
Yeah.
When you rolled earlier for
Yes.
initiative? Good.
Yes. Unless it's a trap, then it's a 26.
And Psyche, here you just rolled, I think
It's
it
a
was a
16.
16.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no.
Eleanor, are you going to roll this time?
I choose not to roll. Eleanor takes a second to check her nails and buff her sword.
Can you choose
After
to
you,
go
darlings.
last if you don't know you're in a combat?
Well, I rolled very good on my initiative.
Sounds
Yeet,
like it.
yeet, yeet, yeet.
You gonna kill me? Huh, big man?
Can I choose to
You
go
gonna kill
last
me?
if I don't know?
You gonna murder me? Yes. It's just how initiative works.
It's a very daring to wait.
Is this person concealed or
Unobservable.
Oh no, we might have to get into this now.
Oh boy.
I've been glad we've been avoiding the stealth stuff in 2E so far?
I'm glad you asked because they are currently undetected.
Good. Great.
So then we don't even know we're in combat.
Yes, but I'm going ahead and doing it because you will certainly find out.
Why will we find out?
Because it's going to break its invisibility by making a hostile attack on the first thing it sees, which is Chester in this case.
Really
So you are
else?
going to be flat-footed.
Oh, no.
That's bad.
This
You
is
are
bad.
undetected.
This is really bad. Oh, no.
It's going to bite at you, Chester, and I rolled
Don't. Just don't.
34.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Oh, Jesus.
14 on the die, so that's going to be a critical. Chester, you will take
And really high damage too.
48 points of damage as
son,
appearing next to you
Your ass is grass, man.
and the crystals next to you.
I'm at 37.
It's the bad dog.
It's the bad dog.
I'm going to need everyone who can see it right now to make me a fortitude save.
Wait, stop. No, because last time you found out that we weren't doing this right. Because if it's at the end of our turns, we have a chance to avert our gaze.
Oh, is that right? Oh, creature ends a turn to my emanation. You're right.
All right. Sick. Way
Thank
to go,
you,
buddy.
Jacob.
Jacob, you may live another round.
You're welcome. That could have killed me. It could have, though.
Wait, it's not in a corner. It's still powerful.
It was
it's not
invisible.
In a corner.
I'll have you remember, it's not just about 90-degree angles. Per your recall of the Hound of Tyndalus.
Oh, actually, yes, please do.
When a Hound of Tyndalus is not adjacent to a structure angle of 90 degrees or more acute.
More acute.
Yeah. I am in a pile of crystals.
Oh, that's fair. You're right. You're right. I was looking at the wall, not the crystals.
Yep. So that's one action. I have some more actions here.
Don't have to.
I'm going to use my next two actions to cast a spell. I'm going to go hardball. I need Eleanor to make a...
I don't like this.
No.
Hold on. Let me make
Wait,
sure.
does this mean that it has its resistance here?
Yes.
This bad. This way bad.
I need you to make me a fortitude save, Eleanor.
Okay, fortitude is not terrible for me. But I rolled a 5. So that's a 19.
I wonder how much
19.
healing. it
Wait,
got back from
stop. I just
resting.
got 2 hero points. I'm going to use one.
Okay.
Hey!
I think that's worth it.
Smart move.
All right, die. Come on. Stop failing me. Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, baby,
That's a
you are...
34.
So you are unaffected.
Woo, worth it.
And that is that. That's all my actions. I spent my last 2 to cast a spell. Cool. So next in the order is going to be Isuvu. Isuvu is going to...
Should we, hey, group, friends, should we run?
Nah.
Okay.
If we can get it out of
If you die, it's okay.
the
No,
angles,
That's bad.
Usuvu and I can put hurting on it.
Yeah, Isuvu is going to try and do a long move around Eleanor and Chester. Double move, or 2 strides to get into flanking next to it amongst the crystals here.
Not fun.
To set up for flanking.
Okay.
And part of that, she can go ahead and draw both of her weapons because she has the gunslinger ability into the fray.
Ooh.
So she'll have one last action left. So she'll just use that to attack with the light pick because I only want one. Natural 2. That's going to miss. But
Does Usuvu want to use a hero point?
Isuvu doesn't have hero points because she is not a hero character.
That's dumb.
She's been our hero.
Chester
right.
Williams.
Because he has a pursue a lead on this beastie, he's going to use his free devise a stratagem.
Jacob has the cross-eyed thinking face.
Chester's gonna
Die?
No, he will not perish. He will.
Are you
live.
sure?
He live forever.
It is a new day if you want
I
to attempt a
thought so,
new
too.
recall knowledge.
I can't because this is a free action, and technically speaking, that is one action to combine recall knowledge with it.
I see.
So I could do that, but I don't want to use that action to do that. So instead, Chester's gonna chuck a Lyserium Moderate at it.
Cool.
That will be a 25 to hit
25.
with a 9 on the die.
is going to miss.
That's about what I
So
thought.
you, Asuvu, and it will take splash.
No, it takes splash.
What about me?
No.
Okay.
If I miss, the targeted creature will take the splash damage, and then everybody around it, nothing happens.
Okay, just
I
curious.
believe
So how much damage is that going to be?
2.
Okay.
I hoped it would die at that, but I didn't think it would die at that. Chester will then do one action, draw
Oh,
it.
it does not look on death's door.
Like,
We
really,
rested
really
for
not
a whole
on death's
net.
door?
Night.
No.
I can't, yeah. Chester will draw and drink for 2 actions of Drakenheart mutagen.
2 actions. Okay. Cool.
And that is all of Chester's turn.
All right. So that's Chester's turn.
No. Yep, too late now. I'm done. Yep.
What were we going to say?
I-
haven't clicked next yet.
I didn't avert my gaze, but I can.
You don't have any actions.
That's
to do
right.
that. So I'm going to just do that at the end of the round, because it's easier to do it basically at the start of its turn, because it goes first.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although I guess technically affects action, so I should have Asuvu and Chester do that.
Ooh.
My bad.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You take no damage. And then
I wish that would have been an attack, but I'm not upset.
Ooh, Suvu got a natural 17.
natural 17 for a total of 28. That'll be a success. So Asuvu is going to take some damage. Half of 23 is going to be 11. That hurts. That's not too bad. All right, so next in the order is going to be Psycheer. I need you to make your flat check for explodey times.
Uh-oh.
19.
Oh, critical success. So you could get your own spell that you wanted back, but you have
I have
full
nothing.
spells.
Oh, dispels.
Yeah.
Darn
That's
too.
fine. I am going to cast Painful Vibrations on it.
Oh,
Painful
yeah.
vibrations.
Bad touch.
Is that just targeted? Yeah, one living creature. Okay, cool. So I need to make a fortitude save.
DC 25.
Look at all those D6s.
All right, I got a decent chance at this. Let's see. Okay, 28 normal success. So
you
half
take
damage.
10.
Okay.
Damage is damage.
That's right.
And then I'm going to cast Lifelink.
Okay, and you can heal 5 and target 2 people.
Yeah.
Or take
I'm-
5 damage, my bad.
I'm going to target Asuvu and Chester.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I've still
So
got.
you don't get healing.
yeah. Oh, I could have used. Oh, max healing
That is
for Asuvu.
max on a 3d4, so 12.
Did Asuvu take any damage, or did
Yeah,
they pass?
that takes Asuvu back up to full.
Nice.
So that's
Nice.
sick.
Like, I still have all my health, so.
Yeah, you're
Good
also
choice.
the closest to me.
Cool, and that's all your actions. Nice use of turn. Eleanor, it is your turn. You'll start at the end. Oh, wait. Sorry, Psycheer. Make me a fortitude save, unless you don't spend any actions to avert your gaze. So, fortitude save, please.
Whose knows?
Natural 4.
I would like to use a hero point.
Okay, go ahead.
There we go.
Oh, no. Natural
oh my
3.
goodness.
Either way, honestly, it's going to be a critical failure.
All right, then I would like to get a spell
Actually-
back.
Oh, yes, that's right. You can get a...
Good
well, you have
use.
to roll
You have to
for
roll
it.
for it, yeah.
Well, I didn't fail, so I do get a spell back.
Hot
And you
dog.
only
Good
spent
use of
one,
that
so it's that
ability.
one spell. What does that mean again?
Is Lifelink a focus spell or a regular spell?
It is a focus
But
spell.
But you
cast
spent
the hurdy bones.
painful vibrations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Painful vibrations.
Ah, yes, I cast Hurdy Bones.
Okay, but you just made the thing, so you only get that spell back. If you critically made your flat check, you would have options. I
Yes.
see. I had to remember. Okay, cool. But you're going to take double at the damage it rolled, which is going to be, I'll go ahead and apply this,
40.
19 times 2 will be 38.
Yikes.
Okay, cool. Oof, that's a solid hit. Now we can do Eleanor at the end. You'll start with Panache.
Yes, Eleanor's going to step in here to flank.
Okay?
I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'm going to
Shiny.
attack, strike with my rapier.
Okay.
Why is Eleanor shiny?
Because I'm on the crystals.
Oh.
Because Eleanor is fabulous.
Oh, the crystals shimmer.
They do.
Neat.
Oh, crap. No, I don't know if it's worth it to use my hero point. I'm just going to fail this one. 24.
24.
No, excuse me, 22.
22. Yeah, that will be a miss. So you moved You attacked. I think you have one action left.
I am going to use that one action left to avert my gaze unless the natural 20 made me immune.
No, it's a basic fortitude for damage.
Well, then I will avert my gaze.
Oh, wait. You know what? You always missed the last line. A creature that critically succeeds at its save is temporarily immune for 24 hours.
Well, that would have been helpful yesterday.
Oops.
Listen, audience, always question your DMs.
Yeah.
I will instead use my final action to raise my buckler.
Good call. All right. Top of a new round. The bad dog's turn. Let's see. I'm going to... What do I want to do?
Running away is what you normally do, scaredy dog.
I already hurt Chester pretty bad.
Yeah, you did.
The real question is, do I want to take Chester out of the fight?
Chester's not a threat. You don't need to worry about him.
Or do I want to... You know what? I know what I want to do. I want to look at Eleanor, and I hate doing this again, but I'm going to need you to make a will saving throw.
Stop it.
Oh, but I got a natty 14, so that is a 25 will save.
25. That's going to be a regular failure, but it's not a critical failure, which is important. All right, so that you just barely failed. You're going to take 13 points of mental damage as it turns around and looks at you and just... It's like casting a spell as it snarls and stares at you. You'll become frightened 2.
Oh, my.
But you will not flee or anything. And it's just normal damage. So it was 13 mental damage, and then you go frightened 2. That's 2 actions. It has 1 action left. It is going to bite Chester.
You stop that. Chester didn't do nothing to this dog today.
Yeah, well, you threw acid at it yesterday. Pepperidge dog remembers. 31.
Not a critical.
Normal damage will be 20 points of damage.
Chester
15.
to 15 damage. Chester's hurt, but he could probably take another attack unless you rolled a lot better.
Okay, so that is my turn. Spell and attack. Now it will be Isuvu's turn, who is flanking with Eleanor. Oh, I can do my stuff. I'm going to shoot with my hand crossbow at the dog. What the dog doing?
Hopefully it's dying.
Oh, it might be.
Oh,
31
15.
will hit for 10 points of damage, which isn't going to be enough to get over its resistances since it's next to these crystals.
that was her max damage too.
But
Oh, don't forget your bolt.
I'm going to do I'm going to do a trick attack and then reloading strike, so I can reload my crossbow and strike with my light pick at a -4. Oh, 19 on the die for 32 is going to be a hit.
Doesn't happen to be a crit.
It doesn't, but this is my biggest damage dealer, so 17. That will get through.
Will it? This
Yes.
is a second attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, so only 7 damage though.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's still damage.
That's still damage. It's sad, but it's still damage.
I mean, I don't think we're going to get it to come out of this.
I'm glad my stuff as a Subaru popped off. I got to do my whole kit and caboodle thing. Cool. That's fun. That's Isuvu's turn. It is now J.T. Williams.
Chester's going to devise a stratagem for free. I'm doing math.
Those good math noises you have there.
Never heard those math noises before, or distracting him.
Scared my cat.
How dare?
You shouldn't be such a scaredy cat.
Maybe you should be less weird.
No.
Just maybe you do.
Chester is going to...
I see.
Do I remember? No, it didn't have any elemental resistances. That's the thing. That's right.
Yeah. It was resistant to mental, poison, and physical.
Get
I
out
am
of
glad
there.
you mentioned the poison one, because that does limit my options. And the mental. Chester is going to chuck another Lyserium at it, but first he's going to go... No, he'll just do it standing there.
Okay.
Live fast, die fast, baby. 31 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's right. Yeah, it will. Burn, dog.
You got nothing, dog.
All right, so that is 10, 17, 18, plus 4 is 22 fire damage.
22 fire damage, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
It is also on fire.
Yes. So how much persistent damage?
2 fire damage. So that was 1 action, throw bomb. Second action, Chester's going to...
Get out of there. her.
Go.
Does that splash hurt Eleanor or
Yes,
the
2
Suvu?
for each of them, and for me on that. Well, Psych here, you take 4 damage.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Psyche here takes all the splash damage.
Chester's gonna
Not
run
mine.
to about right
Oh, yeah, yours.
there because he can't
There we
get out
go.
of its range, and then he will avert his eyes for his third action.
Okay.
And
I'll give
then-
you a +2. Go ahead and make your fortitude save. Oh, I forgot to do that for Isuvu.
Uh-oh. I got a 13. No, wait. I criticaled my last time, so I don't have to roll.
Last time I thought that was Eleanor who just did that.
I criticaled.
No, he did too.
Oh, you did. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Cool. Then yeah, you will not have to deal with it. Let me go ahead and take care of Isuvu's though.
Put it on its special save.
Fortitude was a success, so she will take half of Shmeh.
Just meh. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
That
That's
is
your
Chester's turn,
Chester, Psyche here, it's your turn. You got your spell back. That's incredible. What
Quite.
do you want to do?
Move out of its range.
Okay.
And then
That's
I'm
a
going to
good idea.
cast Painful Vibrations again.
Yeah.
Fortitude save from me.
Bad
GTFO
touch.
protocol.
Bad touch.
Natural 20.
Oh.
No damage, unfortunately.
You can't do that.
For a minute there, I think Derek paused. Like,
I thought about it. I was like, man, he's right. And then I was like, wait, no, he's not.
You just gotta speak with confidence. Dang it.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm going to look at something real quick.
Oh, have you had your dog sickened this whole time?
No.
Because of the last painful vibrations?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, that's for failure. You got a success last time, didn't you?
yeah.
I did, yeah.
Never mind.
Thanks for keeping up with it, though.
Okay. Never mind.
The good news
Okay,
is,
that's it for you?
Yep.
is
Okay.
based on that natural 20, that thing has to roll a 20 to crit on your spell DC.
I do, actually. Yeah, you're right. So the last in the order is going to be Eleanor again. You are flanking it with the Suvu. You are frightened, too. What do you want to do?
I am going to attempt to roll acrobatics to tumble through and make it flat-footed. And it's probably slightly less cool than usual because she's kind of frightened, but she's hoping it's effective.
Get some panache back?
Yeah, no, it doesn't work with a 2.
Okay.
I hit one of my bottle caps and it kept it from rolling.
Bottle cap betrayed you.
Cat betrayed you.
And if I don't attack with panache, it's not worth attacking.
It might be.
No, I only get 2d6 plus 4. I have to roll max on one of them just to get any damage through.
Do you have anything else you can do?
I could try to feint it with deception. I feel like rolling acrobatics again is... I can't remember if it had good acrobatics reflexes.
It has good
really good
acrobatics.
reflex.
I'm going to try to feint it with deception.
Okay.
It had really good.
I also just rolled really poorly. I rolled a 2. That is a total of 25 to...
That's really good, but
But not
unfortunately,
enough.
that's not going to do it.
Well, crap. I
That's
guess
2
I can
actions.
try for... I'm just afraid of attacking it and not doing any damage whatsoever.
I mean, you still have the potential to do damage.
Yeah, but Jacob, that requires me rolling max on 1.
Okay.
Or more than a 3 and a 4.
Okay.
If I roll, don't roll a 3 to attack, so just ignore me.
Okay. So 3
Does a-
actions.
Does a 17 hit?
Oh, no. So 3 actions is up,
This die is in jail now.
but you will go down to frightened 1.
Yay!
Okay, that's your turn. Top of a new round. Bagdog's turn. Let's see here. It is going to cast a spell. And I don't know if we forgot this last time, but if I cast a spell, does that mean you get an attack of opportunity?
If it
Yes.
does, I will take it.
I think.
No. I don't even know if I can do any damage. Find out for me, please.
It's a free strike. A creature within your reach uses a manipulate action or a move action.
Or a ranged attack.
Does it spell have a material or somatic component?
It has a somatic component, so this would trigger it.
I will try.
Okay.
If you hit it, it might lose it.
I would have to critical for that, Jacob.
If you
possible.
crit, it might lose it.
You are flat-footed, or it is flat-footed to you.
I believe.
You shouldn't. That is a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, at least it's a hit.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. 2d6 plus 4, which requires 1 to be max, or I will not get any damage through. Exactly 10 damage.
Okay, so you hit it, but it's got a lot of
I told you,
natural
Jacob.
armor and resistances.
Okay, still try.
But its spell will go off.
However, I'm no longer. No, it's not. It's still hit. It's it, not me. We need to get this thing out of the corners. Out of the.
Unfortunately, unless we can
gemstones.
move away from it and draw it out, we can't.
10 damage resistance is brutal.
It has one action left.
What spell did it cast?
It looks like it's moving a lot faster now.
Oh, it's haste.
Oh, it's a haste.
Maybe.
It can't use its hasted action until next turn.
I just looked that up.
Ah.
I would get it at the start of my next turn. You're right. What do I want to do? I'm going to have to attack someone. I'm going to roll a die here. I'm going to attack Usuvu. So says the die. With my jaws. Get wrecked, Usuvu. That'll be a hit, but not a critical. There we go. Usuvu's going to get hit by the jaws and take 21 points of damage. Excuse me. That's going to be knocked down by 5 because of this round.
16.
So 16. So you'll take 5 damage.
Chester's going to shout, "You two, run up the hallway. We got to get it away from them crystals."
And now it is Usuvu's turn. You tell her to do this?
Yes.
So she will disengage and move
Further than that.
past you up towards Psyche here. Probably up next to Psyche here since she can double move and get there.
And avert her eyes.
And then avert her eyes and make a fortitude save.
Isn't she out of the range?
Oh, she might be. Hold on.
Just barely.
Just barely. Yeah, so she has a free action left. And you know what? I would have used that one action to attack before I left then, since it's still my turn here.
Sounds like an idea.
Flat-footed. And don't forget, you also do your flat check for your on fire and take your damage.
Yes. I make the save.
The hit.
Oh, the hit. Excuse me. I'm also out of sorts today. Oh, so let's back up. Usuvu's going to make a hit before she leaves because she has that extra action. So here we go with the light pick. That's a hit for 29 and
Hey,
12
some
points of
damage!
damage. Just some damage.
Go, Usuvu. Get some damage through.
Chipping away at this guy. Okay, and then then I don't have to make the save because I am 35 feet away now that I've moved next to Psyche here. Okay, cool. Sorry for that. And I forgot to deal with his persistent damage, so let's do that. I already took 2, so it says Foundry. And I made my flat check.
Dang it.
Cool. All right, Chester Williams, it is your turn.
Chester will devise a stratagem.
A stratagem?
So I missed with a 9. That was a 10. A 10 plus 16 would be 26.
I think that would hit.
I mean, no risk, no reward. Chester's gonna throw a acid flask at this creature for a 26.
26 will miss.
Okay. It'll take 2 corrosive splash damage or acid damage.
Okay.
Mark that down.
Alrighty.
And Chester is also going to
Back out.
back up.
Okay.
That's the measuring tool. Back up.
All right, so you devise the stratagem, you threw, and you move. You
Yep.
have one action left.
Oh, yeah.
Raise your buckler.
I mean, you're not wrong. Chester will drop his whip and draw the gun.
All right. Psyche, it is your turn.
I am going to cast Harm.
Harm.
it.
On it? Okay.
Yes.
Jacob
Okay.
looked a little jealous.
Chester sees that negative energy leave Psyche's hands and he licks his lips.
That's oddly sexual coming from you, Chester.
He's hungry and he's hurt. He needs that negative energy. Give him the spaghetti.
But spaghetti is never negative energy. It's positive energy.
You don't know that. There could be evil spaghetti.
That's what is it from? I saw it in JoJo. The black ink.
Oh, the black ink's like the squid ink spaghetti.
Right. That's the negative energy spaghetti.
I don't actually think I want to cast Harm anymore.
You start casting Harm like a fourth of an action, and you see Chester salivating next to you.
What are you going to do with that negative energy sack here?
I'm going to put it away.
Oh, okay.
Christ.
This is why I married you.
I didn't say that. Negative energy. Williams.
So is my daddy.
Oh Lord. I'm going to. I am going to cast harm on it
The one action, or
action.
2 action for the range?
for the range.
Okay, and that will be a D8, right? Or
That's auto heightened, isn't it? It's
yeah,
your
it should be
signature
auto heightened
spell.
for you.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
going
it's a
to use
signature
it
one.
as 3rd level.
Ah.
Do you not use it as 4th?
I only have 1/4.
No, but you can auto heighten it, right? Isn't that how it works?
I don't think that I can.
Double check.
I don't have a 4th level spell slot.
I don't think you need
I spent my 4th level spell.
What we're saying, it might happen automatically without taking
Even at
up
the
a
same
spell
slot.
slot. But let's.
Well, it won't let me cast it like that.
Oh, well, then there you go.
Hold on.
3rd level.
Well, this is Foundry, so it can be wrong.
Oh, that's fair.
Experience enables you to cast some spells more flexibly. For each spell level you have access to, choose one spell of that level to be a signature spell. You don't need to learn the heightened versions of signature spells separately. Instead, you can heighten these spells freely. If you've learned a signature spell at a higher level than its minimum, you can also cast it's just lower level. So Drow's right.
Dang it.
You would spin the higher slot. So you want to heighten it to 3rd. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that would be by 2, so it would be 3d8 that you would hurt it by. So that is going to be a
25 basic fortitude.
fortitude.
Fail.
Fortitude isn't that great.
Fail.
I've just been
Fail,
rolling
fail,
well.
fail,
yeah, I
fail.
just keep rolling well. 15 on the die. So it's half damage, but still.
Okay.
Fail, 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 fail.
No. Damage you want to not fail.
So that's 6.
6 points of damage. Okay. What do you want to do with your last action there?
I'm going to draw crossbow.
Crossed bow. All right. That's your last action. It is now Eleanor's turn. What would you like to do?
Eleanor is still frightened.
1.
Okay, Eleanor is going to take a movement action to get out of there.
Okay.
She has 35 feet without panache.
Man, that's so fast.
I don't want to leave Psyche at the front line, so I'm going to stop.
It's short.
Yeah, right here. And I'm going to raise my buckler
Okay.
and I guess not use an action because there's not a lot else to do.
It will be its turn, top of round 4. It's going to cast a spell.
Of course.
Oh, wait. No, it can't. It is out of that slot.
Yay!
No!
Sorry to be so excited.
Bark. Bark.
Bad dog. Get good dog.
Aw.
No, it was already good earlier.
Are we at an impasse? Is this going to spend its whole turn growling at the edge of the crystals?
It's not a chihuahua.
Frothing chihuahua.
That's how it sounds.
No, honestly, I was just trying to do this in a cooler way, but I don't have the spell for it. It's just going to
Oh, no.
move up to you.
Does it have 30 feet of movement?
Does it take 2 actions to get up there? It's a
it
dog.
does
It probably
actually.
has 30. Yeah.
And then it has, that's 1 action. It's going to take 3 more actions.
Yep.
To smack.
This could be it, y'all. Chester's safe.
Chester's back, though.
I mean, for who knows who's going to die from this? This thing hits like a whole truck.
I can take a hit so long as it's not critical.
Truck Coon isn't as strong as this dog. And it kills people for a living.
But you
Get
do
isekai'd
notice
into Russia.
That's right.
it does seem to feel discomforted as it moves away from the crystals.
That's right. You should just.
It's going to bite at Eleanor.
No
Okay.
way.
Nimble dodge.
Nimble dodge. I got 31, so it would just be a regular hit,
Yes.
I imagine. And then you are going to take 22 points of damage.
Ouchie.
Claw at Eleanor. Actually, you know what?
I mean, if you want to spread the love, you can, or spread the hate. But
I'm
I'll
gonna
take it.
I'm going to go around town.
How?
So, second attack is going to be at Isuvu, trying to be strategic. Oh, baby, critical hit on Isuvu. Natural 19 for 34 on the second attack. That is going to be a total of 34 points of damage.
that
Same
is
number I rolled.
29.
That's bad.
That is not
29,
as
you're
bad
right.
as it could have been.
That's still really bad, though.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Psyche, for that.
And speaking
Lifelink.
of Psyche, third attack, because I am quickened with my spell, I will attack Psyche.
Oh, no. That's bad.
25?
That hovered on a 20.
It did.
That does hit my AC, yes.
Okay. Then you'll just be a normal hit for
Jeez, that
16 points of damage, which I can go ahead and apply to you.
hovered right on a 20.
That hits pretty hard, Psyche here. Okay, but that's its turn. But it is now Asuvu's turn.
I just realized I stood so I can't help Asuvu flank.
Well,
I feel so dumb.
You didn't know the dog was
Don't
going to
worry
go
about
there.
it because Usuvu is going to try and do a couple things here. First thing is going to be a shot with the hand crossbow. I really need a good roll here. Okay, I'll hit.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so that is going to be 31 to hit, which will hit. I'm going to do a total of 9 points of damage, all of which will go through now.
Ha-ha.
Hotted dog.
Hotted dog.
And I'm going to use my sword and pistol passive ability. When you're comfortable wielding a firearm or crossbow in one hand and a melee weapon in the other, combining melee attacks with shots from the firearm, when you make a successful strike, range strike against an enemy within your reach with your blah, 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 one-handed firearm or one-handed crossbow, the enemy is flat-footed to my next melee attack with my one-handed weapon. So she's all about shoot with the crossbow, hit with the light pick.
Yeah.
So that makes it flat-footed to my next attack. I'm going to use my next attack to do a reloading strike to reload my crossbow as I hit with the pick.
Usuvu doesn't even need my help.
Actually, I'm going to also spend an action to trick attack to get more damage out of the pick. So second attack here with the pick is going to be 24 is not going to hit even with its flat-footed AC. But I got one hit in, so that's pretty good.
Wait. Hold on. Let me see if I could do something here. Even though it's sickened,
It's not sickened.
it has some kind
It
of...
still misses.
Dang it. Its AC is really high.
Even though it's not in the crystals.
And then
Yeah.
that's the end of her turn, so she has to make a fortitude save.
That means this thing's got like an AC of 28.
Asuvu makes the fortitude
With
save.
a natural 16. Good job, Asuvu.
That's going to be half of 18 will be 9 points of damage from the gaze. Pretty hurt. Chester Williams.
How the dog looking?
Dog is hurt but not dying.
Dang it.
But it does look weakened because it's not next to the thing.
Devise a stratagem. That's not a bad
I want
roll.
to use a reaction because it hit me
Oh,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
to cast Blood Vendetta.
Okay.
So, DC 25 will.
Will save.
Yeah.
I have pretty decent will.
Fail.
Oh,
25.
jeez.
All right, not a critical success, regular success. What happens? All right, so I'll take half of 2d6.
You take full persistent, or half the persistent bleed damage.
Oh.
Okay. Cool. That applied it to it. Good job. Nice use of that spell.
That means it's the end of the dog's turn, so you take the bleed damage.
Well, this is yeah, we're going back a little bit, which is a little bit hand off the chest PC, but let's go ahead and do that. I'll fix this by not doing it this round, but not having to check either, because it'll break Foundry if I try to go back.
Okay.
Because it was hand off the chest piece. Chester, you devised a stratagem.
I got a 16 on the die, so whatever I hit it with is going to hit.
Do you also take persistent bleed damage, Psyche? I saw it's on your sheet.
No.
Okay, let me uncheck that then.
Just the gun wouldn't do a lot of damage.
Well, it does decent damage now that it's no longer having a 10 resistance.
Yeah, but my bombs would do more. The thing of it is how can a Suvu take 2 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Eleanor Psych
can
here,
take 2
Y'all
damage.
able to take 2 damage? At this point, I'm pretty sure I've done enough splash damage to each of you to have killed you one time at least.
Probably.
Over the lifetime of Chester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will chuck a... Oh, I'm out of those. Oh, what do I throw then?
Tis the nature of being a melee character.
Oh, jeez.
Are you out of bomb?
You might just have to shoot.
No, it's just there's ones I'm saving for other enemies we may meet.
Shoot.
I will throw an acid flask.
Okay.
Moderate. 32 to hit.
That'll hit.
That everybody else takes 2 damage. And this thing will get 2d6 persistent acid damage, and I will also roll some acid damage because of my precision.
Okay.
9 plus 2 plus 2 is 13 acid damage.
Okay.
And now it has persistent bleed and acid.
Okay.
That
yeah.
was one action for Chester.
So, Psyche, you'll take 6 because you'll just absorb everyone's damage.
Not mine.
Oh
Remember,
my
not
God.
mine.
No. Yeah, never mind. Okay.
So
That's
how
right.
many will I take?
Just
4.
4.
I have 21 hit points.
Ouch.
All right, so Chester, you devised the stratagem. You threw a bomb. Now what?
Now I will... I got 2 more actions. I'll just try to shoot it, I guess.
Okay.
Like,
At your multiple attack penalty.
yeah, down, just try and shoot it. I might actually hit it. That will be a 18 on the die, plus 15, plus 10 is 28.
28 will hit.
We know it's AC.
It changes, so don't know it too much.
Well, I know. It has going to be 2d6 damage.
Hey, it'll do something because it's not
7
resistant.
plus 2 is 9 damage.
Okay.
And then for my last action, I will
Yeah, reload if you want to use your gun.
reload.
All right, yeah, it's getting hurt bit by bit. That's your turn. Psyche.
Okay, I'm going to cast Harm on it.
Okay.
The touch version.
Touch version. Are you heightening it at all?
Yes, 3rd level.
3rd level. Okay. Fortitude from me. I think I just barely passed. 27? Mm-hmm. Okay, just barely. So that is going to be low rolls on the d8s. 9 points of damage halved for it. But that's only one action for you. You still have 2 actions left.
I'm going to cast Harm on it.
Oh, I see.
Hurt.
Is this another 3rd level or 2nd?
2nd.
Okay. So that'll be 2d8. Another fortitude. 5 on the die. That's a fail. Full damage.
Yeah!
11. You did more damage with the 2nd level spell. Pretty
Nice.
cool. Okay.
I'm going to cast Harm on it.
You should
You did the one action. I see.
Yeah.
Another 2nd level or 1st level spell.
heal yourself.
I want
Heal
to kill
yourself.
It. I
Okay.
can't.
Oh, you can't?
My
Oh,
curse.
that's right, your curse. Have you used a focus point?
Yeah.
Oh.
Another natural 5, so full damage for 1 full d8. Okay.
4 damage.
Yes, not looking great now.
What about the bleed?
That happens
that's
on its turn.
Okay.
So that's 3 actions, all of them to harm. Man, you're making Chester salivate over there.
This is my best chance to survive.
Yeah.
Okay. Eleanor, your turn.
Am I still frightened?
No, you should be not frightened now, I think.
Oh, yes. Okay. I am going to attempt to tumble. It's got really good acrobatics. I'm going to just move to there
Okay.
with a move action. And now it's flanked, thus flat-footed. And I will try to feint
Okay.
to get my panache.
Okay.
Just had to turn off frightened because that'll help me out.
Bunch of spells.
That was a bunch of spells.
Does a 33 do it?
That'll do it.
I have panache.
All right.
All right. So now I'm going to attack with my finisher, my precise strike.
Do it.
Let's see. Come on, die. I believe in you. That is a natty 17
Uh-oh.
for a total of 33.
Oh, okay. Normal hit.
All right.
I didn't think so. It's got a really high AC. But let's do it. Finally, I get to do damage.
Yeah, and it's not
I've
going
been
to be resistant.
I've been trying hard to be a good sport about not doing anything. This is 23 damage.
Jeez. It is not dead, but it is on death's door.
And I moved, fainted, and attacked, so I'm done.
Yes. Oh, Psyche here, I hate to say it, but you finished your turn and didn't avert your eyes. I need you to make a fortitude save. Oh, 29 will succeed, so you're going to take half of this. So you'll take 13 points of damage, which is
Psyche
really
here
not
is
great.
Really hurt.
Now it's its turn.
This dog's got 4 attacks. Do.
Bleed.
That'll
the
be at the end
his
of my turn, and that might actually kill me between that and the acid. Jeez, Rick. And I don't have any good Johns near me.
I got a low AC
How
because I
smart is
wasn't
this
able
creature?
to put on my buckler. Hit me.
I think it's pretty smart.
Then
It's
it might
going-
notice that if it attacks Isuvu, I'd also get
The
hurt.
real question is, how spicy do I want to be?
Not. Low spice. We're American. We can't handle too much spice.
It's going to attack Eleanor first
Okay, I use nimble dodge.
with the jaws.
I swear, if you end up like knocking us all down and then dying.
25 to hit Eleanor.
Miss.
Oh, to
because
miss!
of nimble dodge.
Oh. He's going to strike Asuva with the claws. Natural 20.
Oh no. Usuwuvu.
Oh, low roll.
Asuvu is going to take
21.
21. Are you still up, Psyche here?
I have 3 left.
Oh boy.
Well,
Is Usuvu
21
still up?
will knock Asuvu out.
Oh.
No more flanking, buddy.
Asuvu will go to dying 1.
Dying 2.
2, excuse me. Boy, that's
Why
a lot
dying
of
2?
conditions because she went down on a critical.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's 2 actions. I will then spend my third action to 1.
Stop
2,
it. If you run away, it'll die in the other dimension.
3.
Stop.
And I can't use my attack of opportunity because I nimble dodged.
And it is going to cast a
Oh?
spell as it runs into the... or use one of its abilities as it runs towards the crystals. However, since it has a bajillion persistent things going on, look, my God, look at all the dice that roll when I hit the next arrow. What's going to happen narratively is from the acid and the bleed, it runs to the crystals and it starts to have that purpley like runes go around it as it's about to run into the angles, and then it just dies. Bleeding and acid.
Is its head in the
You mean
crystal,
like-
Yeah.
but its butt's hanging out?
You mean like Al died, bleeding and acid?
Yeah, it's like running, but it got stuck in a physics object and
Good. Die a horrible death, you bad dog.
We got a
Going to
heal
cast
psych here.
Stabilize on Usuvu.
you stabilize Usuvu. She will no longer be dying. Woo! You've solved my bad dog
my
puzzle,
goodness.
and that is where we're going to end this episode.
Boy.
Good
You have
job.
3 hit points psych here.
I'm at 3.
Oh, and by the way, all of you can take a bottle cap for
okay,
defeating
cool.
one of the hardest encounters in book 2.
I thought we were about to level up.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon, that's THIRD Gallon. We are also on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of this podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon Podcast. If you'd like to support the show, check out our Coffee page. You can find us at coffee.com/thirdgallon. That's KO-FI/3rd gallon. Our theme music for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.